review this then. I've had it for a little while, but unfortunately this is probably going to be the very last cycle it's ever going to do for now, because it actually, yeah, I'm risking this. The spider might just go ping altogether. It was starting to go on the last cycle. It might just hold out for one more cycle. So here goes nothing. But anyway, let's take a look and review this then. It's a Hotpoint Aquarius wash system, 1000 RPM, washer dryer, 9926. But this is quite an unusual model because the 9926 doesn't come with the quick wash program. Well, supposedly, in the manual. You look at the manual for this and you will have 95, 60, 40 and then 60, 50 and 40 on the synthetic side. But there's no quick wash. But there is on this one. How unusual. Right, doors here and it opens by pulling it towards you. There is one thing, it feels like you're breaking it as you're actually pulling it, but that could be because I've removed the heat shield. There is a heat shield normally here, piece of plastic, obviously to reflect all the heat away, so if you're using the obviously 95 wash or drying, you don't get burned. Because it's a wash dryer, heat shields are usually installed on all washer dryers, simply because you're more than likely have a very hot glass. In fact, the thermodynamics of the drying mean that this gets incredibly hot in comparison to, say, a hot wash, which only hits 85. Got our drum, 4.5 kilogram drum, which was then carried on from this all the way till 2004. So the WD-64 was the last washer dryer to use this drum, and there was no changes in size. There were a few variants of the actual drum itself though, because my 99 WD-61 that my parents had, these were filled. In fact, quite a few of these were filled in, and then some of them came with the holes in the paddles. My WD-64 had holes in the paddles. Then we've got the door seal. There's a hole purposely put into this one here. Right. And again, there was a few different variants of this door seal throughout from this range all the way up to 2004. Because again, the 99 one that I had, there was no holes at all in the door seal, whereas the 2002 one that I had, WD-64, a lot actually had holes here, but not a big hole. They have 1, 2, 3 little holes. This one has one odd big one, which I've only seen once on this, and it's on this machine. The door seal's also pretty twisted, but this happened quite a lot actually, and it's nothing to do with suspension. It's just how they're fitted. The door, just gonna mention it, it's pretty rubbish actually. Again, it's the door glass bowl with plastic tabs that hold the door glass in place. Bearing in mind that yes, I've taken the heat shield off, which bridges some of the gap, but even so, it flexes too much. It's not brilliant. Right, then we've got our programs listed here on the fascia. And we've got our dryer, timer, our 3 options, and our wash timer with pull out, push in, on off system. Also going to go through it. The timings are very wrong in the user manual, and that's because they carried those timings over from the previous generations of Hotpoint washer dryer, and by this point the timings have started getting a lot longer than normal. So I'll just go through it all. We'll start around here. So we've got a pre-wash, washes at 40 degrees, and it's about 25 minutes long. It ends with a spin. It ends here as well, which is, that is the rinse hold symbol, but it is genuinely just stop. Also, because it doesn't need to be spin after the pre-wash, that's a mod on the old programming. The program manual says half an hour. I believe as well, it doesn't mention it in the manual, but if you press economy wash on pre-wash, it will lower it from 40 to 30. As that's what actually happened on the later Aquarius wash timers, so I'll say. But it's not mentioned in the manual. Cotton 95, all the cotton programs take 4.5 kilograms, and then has a max drying load of half, 2.3 kilograms. 95 takes 2 hours 15. 60 degrees takes 1.5 hours. Non-colourfast cotton 40 takes 70 to 75 minutes. And then I'll also tell you what these do. So economy wash turns off the heater and just basically washes with the hot water coming in. So I don't use it because we're on dual cold right now. But even so, economy wash didn't really work in a lot of cases because you were drawing in cold water through your hot water pipe. So by the time it actually reached, you'd be lucky if you got 30 degrees or something. Gentle action is to be used in conjunction with the acrylics program later on, but you can use it on pretty much any program, and it basically changes the wash tumbles to the slow gentle tumbles throughout the entire program. Super rinse, available in both cottons and synthetics, ups the rinse level. Obviously, here is fabric softener and final spin, and then we've got long spin there, up to 1000 RPM. So this timer, because it's washer dryer timer, the final spin is a little bit longer than normal. It does a series of anti-creases between spins, and then there is drying high heat. Right, this is your dryer timer as well. That's cool down, starts there, and off is actually there. Dryer timer goes all the way around. It's marked up to 100 minutes, but actually you can just go to there and it's around 120 to something, maybe 130 minutes at most. It's a mechanical timer that will go back down. I have noticed though the timer isn't exactly accurate. It's not 100% accurate, let's put it that way. It's like, I think I set it to the timer on to 90 minutes and it took 105 minutes to do. So not entirely sure what's going on there. Then we've got nylon 60. Max load for the synthetic programs is 2 kilograms and the max drying load is 2 kilograms too. White nylon 60, colour synthetics 50. White nylon takes 70 minutes. 50 degrees takes 65 minutes. 40 degrees acrylics is 55 minutes. Again, if you push the gentle action on this program to turn it to the wool program, max load is now for wool 1.4 kilograms or 3 pounds, unless you're washing blankets, in which case it's 2.7 kilograms or 6 pounds. Again, also using gentle action doesn't actually affect the so it's still 55 minutes. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There's 2 versions of the 9926. One with the quick wash marked out on the dial, and one where it says to do a quick wash, use synthetics acrylics 40, and then select the economy wash. On other models, it tells you to also select half load if there's a half load button. But on this one, it's marked out here. There. Quick wash, here, again, max load 0.9 kilograms. It still effectively has economy wash on. It takes in a mix of hot and cold to achieve around 35 degrees and will wash your clothes that are lightly soiled. There's no heating stage, so if it comes in pure cold, it will be pure cold. If it comes in a mix of hot and cold that is like 60 degree hot, it will get around 30 to 35 degrees. 40 minutes to do the quick wash. You can also select rinse and spin for synthetics. Then we've got short spin, still at 1000 RPM, but very briefly only at 1000 RPM. Then we've got drying at low heat. It's recommended to dry 2 kilograms of synthetics between 80 and 90 minutes. Right, so this is our detergent drawer. It's split into 3 bits. We've got our pre-wash section here if selecting the pre-wash program. Then we've got the main wash here. Which has a max loading capacity of 500 ml. This only takes around 100 or 150 or so. Then we've got our fabric softener, which goes into there if you want to add it. Don't go beyond, obviously, this bit here. It does say max level on it, but you can put about 100 ml or so into there, which, to be fair, back in the day wasn't quite enough for a full dose of, say, Lenore, because the dose was 110 milliliters. Ooh, they're actually dry. Ah, they've got that hot washer dryer smell. Gorgeous. Right, what's to give this out of 10 then? Actually, they're pretty crease-free as well. Well, it's going to get, if the spider wasn't just rotting, to be honest, it will get about a bit hard one to judge. Actually, I'll just go through it a little bit. Obviously, it's Hotpoint quality, which is a bit bad. They have obviously improved it from the previous like 99, 30 and 20s by removing the trims here and obviously giving this kind of door instead. And you did end up with a heat shield, which you didn't get on the previous versions. Bit of an odd one. Program wise, they're also longer programs, but they are better than the old version. Also, washing abilities a lot better than the old one. The rinsing abilities still just as good whilst using a bit less water. And then spinning performance actually, strangely, is rather good. It's 1,000, but because it spins for so long at 1,000, the stuff comes out rather well. And that's if you're using it as a washing machine. Then we'll add on to the fact it's a washer dryer. What's the drying side of things like? Well, comparing it to other wash dryers in the day, you had the likes of Hoover, Zanussi, Miele, which I don't really know anything about, Bosch, which only one's ever appeared, and stuff like that. This is just as quick as the Zanussi and the Bosch that would have been sold, but far, far quicker than anything else. Oh, Maloney, it would have been much quicker than the Maloney's and the CDA, the Siltal ones, and other stuff like that. So that's got what it's got going for it. Build quality wise though, and reliability, pretty poor. The dryer side is pretty fine. It's the washing side, or wash bits of the washer that go wrong, like the spider, the bearings, the timer. The timer's quite a big one actually. The brushes always wore out quite quickly, as we know. And this door version, because of how it's designed, is actually more reliable. It isn't your typical one where you pushed it in and pulled it out, or like the later ones, say like on the WD-61 and stuff like that, where you had to push button and you pull it out. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them. So unfortunately, where it does well, it also falls down. So I'm going to give it out of 10 then. It's going to get a good, actually more like an 8 out of 10. It's not up there with Miele. It's not up there with Zanussi. Zanussi is definitely a lot better in comparison to this. It's not up there with, to be honest, Hoover was still around as Hoover, as the British made Hoover and British designed ones. But because them were very slow at drying, because they only had one heat, and not with a low heat, this was far more superior in that sense. Yeah, I'm going to go with 8 out of 10. Right. Don't forget to give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment down below if you like this machine. There's plenty of videos that are going to appear on the second channel of it. This is actually the last video I'll be making of this machine, but all the cycles pretty much, bar I think Acrylics 40 and Colour Synthetic 50, are both all recorded. So your 95s, your 60s, non-fast 40s and quick wash are all recorded and will be coming up on that channel at a later date. So if you haven't done so already, go over to Washing Machine TV and subscribe over there if you want to see more of this machine in the future. Right, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video, so bye for now.